Bobby Jain, raising $5.3 billion. This is the biggest hedge fund debut since about 2018 or so.
Yeah, it's the biggest debut since ExodusPoint Capital. Of course, Michael Gelband over there. Bobby Jain was a deputy over to Izzy Englander back at Millennium. So it's the fact that it's Bobby Jain starting this hedge fund, as well as how much he's bringing in, $5.3 billion, as you say, the most since 2018. He will start trading on July 1st, so very soon. He's raised money around the world. It's interesting. Remember, he had tried initially to gather as much as $10 billion. He ended up reducing that target to between $5 and $6 billion. Remember, the fundraising environment, whether you're a hedge fund or a private equity firm, is very tough out there. So even with the reduced target, it's still a monster fund, highly anticipated across all of Wall Street, and of course, already ready to go across all of many asset classes. So in addition to that fundraising haul, that day one of trading will be very highly watched across Wall Street as well.
Yeah, it must be nice to be able to sort of reduce your targets and still raise $5.3 billion. But tell us a little bit more about who he's raising from, where he's actually getting these commitments from.
Big institutional investors, sovereign wealth funds, endowments, foundations, family offices, very traditional hedge fund investors here. Now, I've got to say one thing that's interesting about Bobby Jain. Remember, because not only that he worked at Millennium here, he had a former past also at Credit Suisse as well. He has hired already 215 people.
Wow.
42 of them portfolio managers. And our own Bloomberg's Hema Parmar has been all over those hires as they have come. They have business in Asia Pacific already. They're also looking at that business that is becoming very hot on Wall Street, which is doing those bank capital relief trades as well. He's been used to, between his time at Millennium and Credit Suisse, learning how to arbitrage very specific parts of the market that have become very, very popular trading strategies that really he had pioneered. Let's see what else he pioneers over at Jain Global.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I mean, 250 people hired already, 42 portfolio managers. Like you say, they are ready to go across asset classes. What do we know about the types of strategies that they're going to be pursuing with, of course, these big commitments that they have?
Well, so you were talking about the kinds of investors a little earlier. So when you think about those bank stress relief trades, SRTs as they are known as, or commodities, or even trading in Asia, for example, the moment of the market is not just kind of these arbitrage trading strategies, but the fact that he can go macro at this point in time. We know macro has had a very mixed track record in the last couple of years, but with $5.3 billion, you have certainly investors entrusting him to enter a part of the market that, even if there has been mixed track records across the market, there has certainly been a lot of interest. I would also say anything he does in the world of treasuries will also be fascinating, given the treasury environment we're in and the volatility that people expect. If we get that volatility, especially that post-election volatility, Katie, it is going to be one of the more interesting 6 months we've ever seen for a hedge fund of this size to start out at.
And I mean, just quickly before I let you go, so the fact that he was able to raise this much money, even though he did reduce his expectations, I mean, who else is raising right now? What other hedge funds are debuting right now?
Well, it's interesting. There are some spin-off types of funds that have been raising, as particularly you have others that have brought in money from former Millennium traders. Think about Diego Maggi, Tala Capital Management started trading with $5 billion. That came in hot. That was something that was also widely anticipated. Of course, people have been talking a lot about Jain Global, based here in the United States, so had been working with the big prime brokerages. There have also been spinoffs from Citadel as well. People have been watching Freestone Grove. I know you're talking to Freestone Grove tomorrow.
Nice Bloomberg Invest plug.
At Bloomberg Invest, and so that's another hot startup. Of course, Freestone Grove came from Citadel, two longtime money managers at Citadel. So this spin-off moment for these firms are pretty interesting. It's a new generation of hedge funds, really, that are getting started, and not at an easy time.